Whew. Hello, fellow Star Voyagers. Welcome back. Just walked in the door with the dogs. I haven't cooled down yet. Got cold seltzer. It's exciting, right? Cold seltzer. But it's cold. I got all greedy and had a soda before I went out with the dogs, so figured I didn't need another one. This is our shack. I'm so proud of our little shack. Not really. But the little shack we made when the game wanted us to make a base a week ago was big enough to hold all the other stuff it's wanted me to make so far. Including a refiner, a medium refiner. I did get the recipe for a medium refiner. Does not require any fuel, can take 2 ingredients, is partly broken. Something about the recipes. I don't know. We'll figure it out as it comes up. If it comes up, it'll come up. Save point. Appearance changer. I'd already made the teleporter. And most recently, an oxygen condenser harvester. Oxygen harvester. You would not call that a little shack?
Cool, everybody.
It is a little shack. What would you call it? Because it's totally a little shack. Hey there, Sea Star. First one here too. Welcome. Yeah, we have this thing which will take carbon in different forms and spit out oxygen. That's cool. Glad we can make one. Happy Monday. As something Monday something. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna switch sides. Mostly because I want to be able to see my jetpack indicator, which is on the other side of the screen. We've gotten a nice boost. I'm really enjoying this game. We are Woo. This game was a gift from Woo, and it has hit the spot. I've gone a little crazy with it at times, but I am really enjoying its infinite possibilities. It's perfect for my mind right now. It's perfect. You'll be happy when Monday is almost over. Isn't your Monday almost over? Is it that long? You can call it a rather big shack. Well, the reason I must take issue with that is because I've been getting blueprints for all sorts of base components, rooms, like, they sound like this. And maybe it won't look exactly like that, but we can now make whole rooms and corridors and connectors and multi-levels and glass enclosures, and we haven't done any of that. These are wood panels. We can build a base. We can build a huge base. Hey, Jack. So, when we find another planet, and I'd like to go planet hunting and ship hunting today, we find a sweet spot, I want to think about building a new base. All right, let's talk resources just a little bit. Our ship's a little cramped. Okay, it's very cramped, but I still like it. It's a small profile to fly in third-person mode, and when we get an upgrade, I want to initially find something that is also a small profile in third person. We're also looking for a freighter. Different things going on. But this ship does not have a whole lot of storage. Getting a little cramped now that we have some better stuff in it. I wouldn't mind replacing that shield there. We might need a different hyperdrive mod just to get to certain systems, so that slot we might... Anyways. We can also put tech in these slots, but then we have less to store. We've got options for the ship, but they're not great. Multi-tool, I've been fixing it up. I ran around on the planet we made our base on. Not yet. And I got a lot of microprocessors. So I patched up 1, 2, 3 of those slots. Only 3 to go. Doesn't cost me a thing. So the tool's looking good. These scanner modules, the 3 of them stack. Look at that. Flora, fauna, 6.5, 8,500%. Flora, fauna, 7 and 8.5, 6.5. Those 3 stack, and we're getting tens of thousands for each scan on a new world. So let's go to a new world. That's one of our first orders of business. Oh yeah, main inventory. Look at all the room we've got now. Space station vendors. They often have, if you scroll down, all right, of the 3 vendors who line up, one's for the suit, one's for the ship, and one's for the tool. They have 3 options on each vendor. 2 options. One of them's leave or something, but 2 options on each vendor. You can buy blueprints or you can buy mods. So on the suit vendor, you can buy blueprints for suit mods, or you can buy suit mods. The good mods are in the, you have to buy the suit mods, and they're expensive. You spend 400 nanites on a good mod. But if you scroll through those lists, on each of those vendors, they will sometimes have 1 or 2 or even 3 S-class mods, is what it looks like to me. So they won't always be there. And in each play session, it seems to reload and kind of be static. So when we found a scanner mod on the multi-tool merchant somewhere, we then had to hop from station to station until we found another one. And we eventually did, and then eventually another one. If you find one, you can also save, quit, maybe quit the game. It might restock there. Maybe it's on a timer. They did seem to restock. Look at all the inventory slots we've got now. And cargo. I got some drop pods yesterday and expanded the cargo. We've got a nice stash and a place for it. Plenty of inventory for running around and extra stacks of base minerals because we'll be picking them up. Cargo, you still have to pay for it. So at each space station where you can buy a suit upgrade, when you buy the suit upgrade, you can pick whether it goes to this inventory, or this inventory. And you start with nothing in the cargo. But yeah, the cargo can hold 500 instead of 250. So kind of like the ship can hold 500 of something instead of 250. The stacks here in your main inventory only go up to 250, but in the cargo they go up to 500. So yeah, it's a good place to put big stacks.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
The base computer is kind of on a 2-hour or 90-minute timer maybe. And I've kept hitting it over the past day or 2. So we've gotten blueprints, like for the refiner and the save station and the oxygen harvester. And let's see if we get a new blueprint now or not. Archive, recovery in progress.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Hey, Nick, how you been? Cheers. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for the sub support, man. It's really good to see you out there. Hope you're out there. Sounds like you're out there. Thank you, sir. You are doing well. If you are lurking out there, hope you're having a good lurk. You're there. You're good. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sticking it out. I'm glad you're still having a good time. Automated archive recovery in progress. We're up to 82%. Good blueprints. Roamer Geobay. Sounds... Roamer Geo... Could this be a... We didn't just get a vehicle, did we? A roamer? Okay, it's a parking facility for a roamer. We don't have a roamer. I didn't know there was a roamer. I knew there was something. A roamer. We're gonna get a buggy? Not right away, but we need paraffinium. We've been to some paraffinium planets. We could look through our logs and find one and go there, or just hang tight until we stumble into some.
Radiation
Oh, that's
protection
kind of exciting. An
deployed.
underground secure parking facility for the Roamer Medium Exocraft. Ha ha ha. Then we get a little archive data. Entry follows. Thought I had hours to, but the daylight is already fading. The sun is slipping. Light barely penetrates the thick rings looping endless around us. I need to hurry. Readable archive retrieval complete. Beginning defragmentation of next segment. What about? Sure. I don't have any paraffinium in storage or anywhere, so we can't make that. And the timer, I think, won't start until we make that. So we can kind of prioritize that. If we wanted to find paraffinium from a planet we've already been to, I guess we look through this list until we find one. Go there. Those. Hola. Moto. No, I've been to a few there's one. Salt. We were on, yeah. Goodyaw Cane, Salt, W31. I know we spent some time there. Let's go there and get some paraffinium. See 8 of 8 species discovered. Look at the fauna up at the top. Upload and receive 400 nanites. 8 of 8. The game does not seem to be giving us credit for any planetary zoology. Progress to next milestone. Discover all species on 0 planets. And when it says all species, I'm thinking like that's fauna 11 of 12.
Smoke weed every day.
Yo, Poochu through. You saw him? You caught him there. We got to rename some more stuff. HC, glad you could make it. We need some paraffinium, so we're gonna go back to Salt. We just got the GeoBay schematic, and I don't have any paraffinium. Got Poochu through. So if we have all of these species, and you know they've been uploaded, as far as I know, why does it still say upload and receive 400 nanites? I see over here it says you've lost connection to the online discovery services. I don't get that. It comes and goes. I don't see any way to control it. But it does not look like we've gotten credit for discovering all the species. Maybe it means flora and fauna. And there's no count on all the fauna, so... Anyways, thinking about it. Check this stuff out. I've been running everywhere. I've been meeting everyone. I've been speaking all the words. Yeah. So, 17 million. We're sitting on 17 million credits right now, units. Still have not gotten in too many fights. So on. So we're gonna do some traveling today. It's both flora and fauna. Okay. Then fair enough. Then it's probably working. I've gotten a lot of blueprints from the blueprint analyzer. Just a ton of stuff. Does the GeoBay for the Exocraft come with an Exocraft? I'm guessing not. It's just it's a platform? Or can you summon one? Do you have to make the craft? I'm getting excited. Alright. Yeah. Look at all the storage I managed to work up to and got us some more cargo inventory. We've got hot and cold protection as well as the radiation that we can charge up. An extra stack of uranium to go with it. For what it's worth, you've only gotten one planet. You just gotta make the bay. All we need is paraffinium and then we have a vehicle? So... How does... Let's say we want a vehicle on some other planet. We just build a new bay? Or does the vehicle somehow teleport with us? How does... We're gonna find out because we're gonna make one. Let's go there. Let's go get some paraffinium. Goodyaw Cane. And even though that planet, I really liked that planet where we made our very first base, that little shack. It has chlorine, it has salt, it has uranium, and it has the basics. Copper and ferrite and so on. It's a pretty nice planet. But before we build a bigger base, I think I want to find a new one. Fair enough. Bay on each planet. So it's worth doing on a planet you have a base, and it might be worth doing on other planets. But definitely where you have a base. Raw. Let's see. Great expectation. And stare back. Yes, new respect. Hello, Scout. I'm trying to give away, I think I might have a rep item. But we don't want to give away daggers, right? Because the daggers give us locations of portals if we're at a monolith. But the monoliths? It's not polite to stare unless it is for your species. And then it's expected. You. Cheers, Bob. Welcome, welcome. Hey, look, it's a monolith. He just gave us a location of a monolith. Wonder which world it's on, too. We want to go to Salt. Get some paraffinium. But we can check out that monolith either way. Chronic, you did like this. You made them on your home planet and the ones that had needed resources, which you also have smaller bases on. Makes perfect sense. Good plan. Yeah, I'd like to keep an eye out for a new ship and a world for a new base. Yeah. Is Salt one of the moons of Kea? I think Salt is one of the moons of Kea. So let's go to the monolith first, and then the blue world off there, Kea, one of its moons. Oh! For paraffinium. I continue to learn. I am really enjoying this, and I spent a lot of time yesterday. Even dreamt a little about it. Woke up, played a little this morning before I had to go out and see a client. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. I went through another portal. I think HC, if you're still wondering, remember how you had me try to bring up the galaxy map? I think some of the rules of the portal system include once you portal to a new system, you must portal back before you can then teleport to and from. After your initial portal through, where the portal stays open and you can't warp out and you can't teleport out, once you go back through the portal, you subsequently can. I mean, maybe you know this already, but that's, I went through another one. Yeah, I'm with you. A lush world with not much more than a superheated rainstorm to deal with. I found a world like that yesterday, a temperate world, but the rains were the superheated rain was really frequent. I think looks like I've already been here. Why are you? Why did we get sent? That happens a lot. I've been sent to things that are cleared a number of times. On the other hand, I failed a portal monolith question at least once, so I wonder if they can reactivate to get sent to them again. Ah, see, this one's done. Whether I answered it correctly or kind of flubbed it. Seems you can flub those. Already been here. Alright, no matter. Go to Salt, go get some paraffinium. Prestige! Hey man, let the grind begin. Have you checked this out? Good to see you. Yeah, it's one of these moons. Let's head there. Okay, come on, target the moon. You silly Ardo targeting system. I am looking right at the moon. What is the moon called? I think it's the one on the right side. Oh! Boy, I wish I could get it to lock on. We're gonna have to get closer. Prestige says, howdy beautiful people. Kea and the moon of Kea. I want to go to the right side of the planet. It's a big ass planet. But, Salt, okay, it's this one. It's the closer moon. Good. Yeah, Prestige, I'm really enjoying this. It's taking me quite a while to get my space legs. Not interested, although yeah, it did apparently manage to bring a lot of people back. I'm a total noob. But I'm a week in now, and I've put in a lot of time. I think a lot of time in the past week. Coming in hot. Whoa! The holographic tower and something else. Tropical moon. Choking humidity. Few resources, copious fauna, ample flora. Yeah, so we've been here. We spent some time here. Probably not much to scan. I know you really enjoyed God of War. I haven't really been keeping up with the Red Dead stuff. Getting excited though. Paraffinium. And I do want to pick up all the tech modules we can find. I want to get the rest of the blueprints for building, and then they're actually worth a lot. Hey, there's Dodo Rexalope. See, we spent a lot of time on this planet. It was named for one of the others with horns, though. I've also realized it is worth going to almost every little drop you find. The damaged... Well, the cargo drops, jettison pods, all the little boxes, because they drop a lot of microprocessors. Like a lot. So, rather than having to buy microprocessors at 20k a pop, you can almost farm them just by going to all the little spots on every planet. The little boxes. That didn't last long. we may only need 100, but I want to be able to build some of this. Potentially, let's go back with at least the 250, if not a couple of those. 500 stack. Came all the way to another world to get paraffinium. Let's go back with 500 or more. Saber, what's happening? Yeah, I bet it looks good. I bet it looks good. We'll just pretend that's finished. It'd be nice if the markers disappeared once you got past like 80-90%. Alien artifacts, why not? Get all the words we can. They seem static, so words that... I'm not sure they're static, but I've wondered if these are really static once generated on a planet, because some of them you come back to later, another play session, and they're still lit. And at other times, I wonder if the ones I'm finding haven't fresh spawns in places I've been before. Look at that jetpack duration now. Yeah, cargo drops, jettison pods. I'm opening them all now. I'm not ignoring them anymore. I don't mind running past microprocessors, see? So worth it. Even if they mostly drop junk, the drop rate for things like microprocessors is high enough and batteries that it's worth doing. Our scanner with those mods that give a lot of units also give us a huge range on what we scan. So for finding sodium, carbon, you know, the basics in a pinch if you need some oxygen or something like that. Huge radius. Keanu, hello! Greetings. Go away, scanner. Subterranean relics. So tetracobalt and vortex cubes seem to be what the subterranean relics are. Always or mostly? Go away, scanner. Away.
Technology recharge.
Hi, sir. Say that right? Hello. Flying rock. Yeah, a lot of planets seem to have a lot of floating platforms and rocks. Big mesas in the sky. I like those. Definitely think about building a base on top of one. I mean, we already have a base on top of a small mesa, but the planet it's on is what made me long for a larger base on a floating rock. It has some good ones. How do you like that extended jetpack? It's 2 or 3 mods in the jetpack. E2. Fun to get lost in space. Just wish I could tell which ones I've already mined out. Come on, Paraffinium. Where that is. I can't see how far it is. Alright, we're gonna 760. Fine. Hopefully we get to Mars one day. Hey, Zopop. So that jetpack, what are the mods in the jetpack? The jetpack has these 3 mods. An S-Class, an S-Class, and a C-Class. So I guess you can stack 3. I think it's... I don't know if it's a cap of 3 like mods or I got that idea erroneously from someone, but sprint distance, jetpack tanks, fuel efficiency. We could replace that with another S-Class. It'll get even better. Oh yeah, Chronic. That would be nice. Yep, it does. Multiplayer exists now. When you start the game, the first thing it asks you if you want to start your own session or join someone else's. Question though, Chronic, about your idea. Not just your idea, but in general. Some of the terraforming, not terraforming, but the terrain manipulation I did around the mesa where our little shack is, disappeared. Does that reset per PlayStation? Like if you made a bridge between them, it would just reset and you'd have to remake it? Or how would that work?
Technology recharging.
Where are we going? Why am I running this way? Paraffinium. It's a long way to go. There's probably plenty of stuff. Oh well, doesn't matter how far we run. We can run across the whole world. I hear ya. I don't know how multiplayer works in this. Not really. But, imagine it's pretty straightforward. I haven't been playing any multiplayer, anything, not just on stream. It just... Ah! Oh, damn you! That's just not even worth it. Can you even kill that kind of aggressive plant with Boltcaster? In one of those silly cheap Steam games, nothing too fancy or difficult. I mean, like a suggestion for multiplayer stream? Oh, it has more to do with my fragile brain than anything. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't want to break it down, really. I'm not doing much of anything. We almost didn't have another game to play after playing Nier again. I just about short-circuited and had nothing. So, thank you, Woo, for giving us a new playground. No, I can't even think these days. This game is the perfect distraction. Sorry, if I look like I got my shit together recently, don't be fooled. smoke and mirrors, spit and duct tape, and a good distraction, so I don't have to think about things. Well, it's something. I don't think it's all right, but thank you. I wish it were. Whoa, there's there a cave down there? There's a cave down there. Am I even getting? We're still getting paraffinium, and there's a cave down there. And let's go down there for some cobalt. As long as we're down here. You recommend smoking? I don't think you should recommend smoking. And I don't see any cobalt down here. Huh. That's kind of weird to find an underground chamber this large with no cobalt. What's that light structure? I'll go back up. I'm not sure what you saw. Oh. One that appeared when you mined. I think it was just the punching through it to the ground. I didn't expose any structures. Does the scanner you start pointing out of the deposit? Oh, okay. Yeah, when I scanned it, it all lit up. It lit. That was the pulse scan. It lit up the general area. The problem, it's helpful until you're almost done, and then it's so bright that you can't see the little bits that are left. Although it will help you see the general area they're in. You can't find them at all. I was hoping we had enough jets to cushion the blow. Land softly. I did not manage to land softly. The Vy'keen word for embrace. Even Vy'keen like hugs. Careful, we get that high. We better have enough left in the pack to not hit the ground. Where's that artifact? Wait, there's a closer one. There was an artifact that was 200 away before I jetted. We got to be really close to one. The waypoints in this game make me a little crazy. There's so many of them. I lose. I'm trying to stay mellow with it. It's one of the things that I find a bit difficult. Getting lost in waypoints. Buried tech and the artifact, those two. Is that the artifact we just came from and buried tech that I missed? The artifact we just came from and buried tech that I missed. What happens if you run and then press RB as to hit? Do you float? No, if you're just running and you punch, you just punch. Or if you're running and you punch, you just punch. But if you punch and then jet, you do get a bit of a speed boost. And if you're running, you jet a little. If you're running and you jet, you're also moving forward. I don't know if it makes a difference to punch, jet while running, It might be about the same if you're running in your jet or if you punch jet from standing still. But if you're standing still and you want to get moving with the jet, then do a punch jet. And if you're running, it doesn't really matter as much. You can just jet. Getting pretty good momentum. Well, I'm in no rush, so, you know, we might bounce off a couple of nodes that we've already been to. But tech modules, and how much paraffinium do we have so far? Ah, we're almost done. I said I wanted to bring about 500 back, and we've got almost 500. These salvage tech, we get blueprints from our blueprint tool. And when we build a plant, all right, we're gonna get like 60,000 with all those scanner mods stacked. Look at how much we get for this. 62,000 for scanning that plant. There's probably not much on this planet we haven't scanned. But if you sprint and punch jet, it gives a better boost, you noticed? Well, sure ain't bad. Where'd that artifact go? And so if you jet and you go a long ways with the jet, and you manage not to die, and when you hit the ground, you can start running, and then when your sprint runs out, your jets have cooled, and you can jet again. So you can basically run, jet, 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 run, jet, 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 jet. It's pretty sweet. You have enough sprint and jet boosts. You could close some of the distances that used to take a ship in no time. Sprinting and punching makes you float. You gotta lead a little bit with the bumper. So I did it wrong there. But if you, I don't know, I guess you have to be walking at least. You just lead a little bit with the bumper. So walking and then lead a little bit with the bumper. It should work. If you lead with the jet, it's not going to work. If you do them at the same time, it probably won't work because it's too close. You do that as well. Sprinting and punching makes you float. All right, so when you're sprinting and you do the same thing, you're saying it won't work if you do it while sprinting? That'd be weird. We spent a bunch of time on this planet, Zopop. It is a pretty and mellow planet. Look at this. There's no bad weather so far. I think it does have intermittent storms. It says choking humidity, but it's not that choking. It has nice colors. It has some cool creatures that we've already named. Oh, a couple of them. Silly names. Good silly names. Too late to rename the world, but Salt W31 is not. It's not a bad name. So yeah, I mean, we could build. I'd be fine building a base on a planet like this, but you know what? We can keep looking too. We have a small base, and I'm in no rush. I do want a bigger base. We have lots of blueprints now, and I'm sure it takes a ton of materials. Yes, it is an easy one to remember. And it's the other one where we have our base that actually has the salt and the chlorine and the uranium. It's a really good resource planet. I started a log of resource planets too. When I portaled to something yesterday, I found it wasn't activated copper, it was activated iridium? I wrote it down. Whatever it is, I have a note somewhere about what planet it is, what systems. I think I went into the ground prematurely here. Next creature you find, name it the Prestigious. The next creature, it's going to be on another world. Are you sure? How long can you hang out? We can go to another world real soon. And if you want to pick one instead of getting a random one, that can be arranged. did it again. All right, that's not my favorite bug. Where was our hole in the ground? Making a hole over here, I'll just... That's a silly bug. Okay. And you can't dig beneath caves. So I don't think we can get to that. Unless somehow we could go around, down, and under the cave. Weird. We're not getting that tech module. So only, it's really, the consoles don't let you sprint and do the punch jet? How rude. Sounds like Chronic's been playing it for a while. I think C-Star just picked it up. I can make those Atlas Pass V1s, but I haven't crafted any yet. We want a little more paraffinium. We'll always take more woods. Woo! What's up, man? Hey, good to see you. Cheers. I was saying a couple times today that I'm really, really grateful to have this this escape from reality. This opportunity to get lost in space. Thank you, man. This has hit the spot. It's really fallen into place for me as something. It's where my head needs to be right now. Thank you. I hope you're doing all right. Hope your head's in a pretty good place. That way. Chronic, no, they do, Jay, but what C-Star was describing is that you basically glide along the ground, no jetpack involved or legs moving, almost like, okay. Like a weird ragdoll pose kind of bugs out, and on both consoles. I have a bad habit of misunderstanding things from chat lately, but I think I got the idea. That sounds pretty weird. So this is the first storm coming in since we got here. Loading crystals. Good resources there. We may need to... Oh, you know what? We don't need to dig a hole in the ground because I have my new heat protection. We should be good. It's all charged up. Although it requires... It won't take uranium. It needs ion batteries. Alright, we may need to make some extra batteries. I need to look at the recipe. What are the batteries using? Cobalt and ferrite dust. So notice we're not taking any damage from the extreme heat, even as it gets up to 115 and higher. Where were we? There was an artifact nearby. I'm standing next to it. It's a little hard to see in some of these storms, though. We'll see how long it lasts. If our protection wears off, we have to throw another battery in the thermal gear. I got one for heat, I got one for cold, and one for radiation. I don't have one for toxic. Yeah, it does make it a pain in the ass to see shit. But... storms will be storms. Are there any planets that just have no storms? Dangerous storms? Not a mod. You buy upgrades, one at each space station, or you get drop pod data, and then when you find the drop pod, you can repair the drop pod and get a similar mod. So when you're at each new space station and they have the 3 vendors lined up, the one to the left will have a mod, and it'll appear to go for your exosuit inventory, but you can D-pad over to your exosuit tech inventory or your exosuit high capacity cargo, which starts with nothing. You have 3 different inventories you can expand from the same purchase, or when you get a drop pod. Yeah, Prestige, the game seems to have defaulted there, and I just left it. I am just fine with the metric system. I'm not always good with my conversions. Well, within the metric system I can, but getting in and out of the metric system to Imperial, whatever. Our system is borked this side of the pond, okay? Somebody just wanted to do their own thing. That a chair? Huh. I never noticed the chair before. Spinnable chair. Oh, it's cramped in here. Specimen. Yay! Alright, what's nearby? I don't remember which direction we came from. I get disoriented when I'm running around. Yeah, got that one. Okay. Well, we don't need more paraffinium, but I wouldn't mind getting a little more. I did want to check out that floating crystal. We may not have been to that tech module. That storm didn't last too long. So, Salt is a candidate for a base. Maybe it won't be a home planet, but it's awfully nice. On the other hand, what does it have that we need besides paraffinium? Pure ferrite. I don't know if that's such a big deal. It's slightly more convenient. But we did come here for paraffinium. Tetracobalt, destabilized sodium. We got a mining beam upgrade. It's not red anymore, it's green. Like I said, Prestige, somebody just wanted to do their own thing. It didn't actually ever make sense to do it differently. It was just like, yeah, we're gonna do our own thing. We're not gonna use your system. Your system makes too much sense. That is not historically accurate. I'm just a little salty. The range on the mining beam, really, really great. You can be 100 yards away from something, get up on a platform and mine everything around it. found that works well. Oh, I love it. If you, I want to know how to do that on purpose. When you clip off of something and it gives you a boost. I wish I could recreate that. There was one nearby. There. The resource police. Exactly. Now it is 1984. A knock knock at your front door. It's the Suede Denim Secret Police. Ah, sorry. Slipped there. Is that the one we... That's gotta be the one we went to. So, we came here for paraffinium, we got it. We head back to the ship, maybe grab a little more if we see it on the way. I haven't. Wait, other places? Gravitational. I love learning all these words. I don't know about the system, it's okay. It's a very slow way to learn a language, one word at a time as you encounter them. Stones across the galaxy, but it adds up. I mean, if you're enjoying playing the game and you put in a bunch of time playing the game, you're gonna find a lot of words pretty quickly. But I still can't understand most sentences in any meaningful way that any species is speaking. Paraffinium. They don't, maybe. I feel like we should have at least the 500 stack, but it doesn't really matter. We're not going to build 5 of those things. Got enough for 4 cargo bays. I'm sure we'll need paraffinium for something else. Over the trees! Oh man, remember the jetpack at the very beginning? You could just, it barely has anything in it. Those mods. Those mods are the best thing ever. And the same mod that gives our jetpack such a boost also enhances our sprint duration quite a bit. It only goes up to rank of 10 and then it stops. So when you hit your first 100K for running around, that's your last rank. And then you could run all you want. If you think about it, Jay, the one-word system they have in this makes sense. If you go back and look at it in history, people learned other languages, one word at a time. So it would be the logical route. It's efficient. Is it efficient for the game, though? Probably. I guess not everything has to be efficient. Hi, Rex. Why you periodically lose health, but sometimes you don't. Okay, are you talking about this bar? This isn't actually our health bar. There's so many bars it's confusing, but that one is our life support system. Sounds kind of like health, but it's... The health appears up at the top when we're taking damage or when our shields are getting hit. So life support is basically oxygen. And depending on what we're doing, it goes down barely at all. If I'm running, it should go down. You should see it going down when I'm sprinting. There we go. That's because burning oxygen while running. See, it went down to 1 arrow and then it stopped. And if I jet, that uses a lot of oxygen as well. 3 arrows. So it's burning more of our life support systems when we run. When we jet. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I think when I take damage, let's just hit the ground hard. That's shield damage. And if you see the 4 health pluses underneath it, I think that's my health. I have 4 units of health, but that's my shield that took damage. Alright, before we take off, what are we doing here? Let me clean up a little bit. Back the Gek relics, effigies in the starship. I've decided how I want to handle carrying batteries around with me for the fancier thermal protections. These are sort of not the paraffinium, but some of the stuff at the top of my inventory is disposable. Just things I loot that I didn't mean to keep. The nav data, pretty much always have some nav data, and it's easy to find more. So I keep a stack in the ship. Unlike most things, the nav data you have in the ship is accessible even when you're nowhere near the ship. It just seems to work that way. If you're at a computer, if you're at a signal booster, it seems to me the nav data that's in the ship is accessible anywhere. So it's not worth that much. I might just want to... I'd rather have a clean inventory than something worth 1,000 units when we're sitting on 16 mil. These are kind of my overflow stacks. I can dump them if I need room. And at the bottom, I'm keeping these stacks to replenish these stacks. Which if we're mining a lot, we're going to burn through the magnetized ferrite really quick. If we're grinding other resources, we're going to burn through a lot of carbon. If we're on any planet running around a lot, we're going to burn through oxygen. And the uranium will charge up our special thermal and radiation protections. The chromatic metal and the sodium nitrate, that'll do hazard protection if we don't really need it after the uranium, if we don't have something specialized. And I just needed a place for a big stack of chromatic metal. What's its name? Rex? Hold on, backing up. Can you name your starship? Yes. Name it Pequod. Yeah, the little ship I have here is Volante 1. Where does it say it? There, upper right corner. But yes, you can name your ship, and when we get a freighter, Starship Chaos SC-1, you already know we're gonna name it that. We have to get it first. So I'm trying to keep my inventory somewhat organized for my own sanity. Let's go make that day back at our little shack. Instead of starting a new base, we will on another planet, but let's go make that bay and check out the exocraft. Well, why don't we go to the space station in this system? I think we just got the wrong target. Ah! When your pulse engines grab the wrong target. Let's stop at the space station and see if the vendors have an S-class movement mod. We're gonna get pulled out of space. We're about to get in a fight. Crap. Hey there, Cristo. How are you? They want the salvage tech. It's probably worth $500,000. Do I have my phase beam ready? I'm not much of a dogfighter. I've got to be. They've got fighters, and I'm in a shuttle. I'm in a shuttlecraft. I'm in a shuttlecraft. Son of a bitch. I do have a nice phase beam, though. Range is not bad. Damage is good. Crystal, I'm doing all right in game. Yeah. Really enjoying this. And I'm a troublemaker now. Cue the Weezer song. Ah, we can't actually do that. You got it. You got it. Pulse engine offline. Well, plenty of fuel. Grab some more tritium while we're closing in on the station. Tritium 400. No, just silver. It's just silver. I haven't seen a freighter in distress in 3 or 4 days. 3 days. We didn't see one on Saturday or Sunday. Did we see one on Friday? Maybe. Kind of weird that there's no tritium showing up. Anyways, we don't need it right now. There's a capital ship, you may want to go check it out. But I only have 17 mil. What am I going to do with 17 mil? I'm just going to get jealous. That's all. Just gonna get jealous. Alright, we can check it out. DSV-4 Catendos, capital ship. Don't they start at like 80 million? Or would they give us this one for free even though we didn't rescue it? Just because we haven't taken one yet? Don't tell me we could get any freighter for free. Until we've gotten one. Like any first freighter. I thought it was only a distress situation. Or I would have been checking the others out. That's what you're curious about. Ah, I will be your guinea pig. Let's see. An air of weary authority clearly marks this. It looks like they would, yeah, it looks like any freighter. We gotta check. Oh! You seem amenable to an offer? No, an offer. Offer to buy, I got too excited. Still. They only want 10 million. I'm not buying it right now, and I didn't realize it was another Christmas tree. The Christmas freighter. But, that's not nearly 80 million. Huh. Well, thank you for getting me to check it out. We gotta start checking out freighters anytime they're in the system. Not so impressed with this one. 17's on the low end of slots anyway. And for a capital ship, what's on the high end? 30s, 40s? No, 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 no! Abort! Abort! Flew back into the tractor beam. Son of a... Ideally, you want to find one with 40 plus. Okay. Hey, Kasei! Salute! How you doing? Just wanted to check the merchants here. I'd spend some nanites to swap out that A for an S rank movement mod. Really like the extra jetpack, but why not get a little bit more? Wrong side. I actually have gotten across, but I hit the, it's like I don't know if I hit the beam or an invisible barrier, but I have been able to jet from one side to the other on one pack. What are we looking for? Movement, suit. So this guy would have the movement mod, if he has it at all. Would be the middle option, purchase mods with nanites. Yes, thermal protection and an S rank movement mod. So there's a small randomization in the values, but I'm going to replace an A rank with the S rank and call it worth the 426 nanites.
Product received.
So, exosuit. It's this one. It's must have got it as a quest reward. See, the C rank. I thought it was an A rank. It's a C rank. Well, it's definitely worth replacing. 102% and 10% sprint compared to these others 200+% and 40+% sprint. Let's dismantle that. And we're going to install the one I just bought. I'm going to D-pad over to the tech slots. And because they're all related, they kind of bind. They get that yellow bold box around them. Somehow get an extra bonus. One we just put in is 40% sprint, 209% jetpack tank, 10% initial boost power, and 11% fuel efficiency. So we now have a total of 30% fuel efficiency bonus and over 600% tank capacity. Sprint distance at nearly 150% of normal. How smooth is that? We get some more slots in here, maybe get some more shield bonuses or something else. Our jets now. Our jets now are going to be insane. It went down faster when I hit something. As soon as I started clipping off of something, the tank capacity went way down. See how mellow it... there it happened again. As soon as I hit something, it started going down really fast. The more you know. What are we doing here? Salvage tech needs to go in our blueprint reader. Go back to base and make that exocraft. Teleport back. Use those salvage tech in the blueprint reader here. We've already unlocked a lot of modules. Rooms, corridors, ladders, different types, glass, metal, wood. There's bits and pieces left. And some things cost, 1 module. Some things cost 10 modules. This large hydroponic trays, 10 modules. Go ahead and get that. Add to your items. It almost looks like we're down to lesser items. I'm not seeing any more expensive ones show up in a little while. Table. Type of flag. Wall screen. Monitor screen. More things show up as you purchase stuff, though. Okay. We're out of blueprints we can buy for now. Have one more tech module? Shouldn't we be able to get one more blueprint? Salvage module. Wait, oh, tech module. Sorry, brain slipped a gear. The tech modules from deconstructing that other mod. More stuff will pop up once you get more things. Trust me, I'd suggest going for the construction ones first. I think haven't I already? I'm only getting some decorations now because I've gotten so many. I've gotten walls and ceilings and floors and foundations and frame versions of those, and module rooms and round rooms and square rooms and cuboid rooms. And I think I've gotten a lot of the construction stuff. I think we're okay. We just need a good place to start building, and then materials. Build, I don't know what it's gonna take. Destabilized sodium. Add that to the stack. Break down the tetracobalt. We just remake the carbon nanotubes when we need them for something. Next micro, you know when we'll need it, maybe, is next microprocessor. We're going to repair another slot here. Need one more, and then we'll make the seals and the batteries. In fact, we have 5 of the batteries. I haven't put any money into fixing this gun yet. It's not bad. I know we're looking for an exotic, right? But this hasn't cost me anything. We got this gun for free, and all the repairs have been for free, and I don't even have all the slots filled. We still can't make deuterium, can we? I don't have a blueprint, or the blueprints are broken for the medium-large refiners. I tried putting 2 stacks of dihydrogen in. Isn't that what you need for the deuterium? Or what should I try putting in the medium refinery if there is a way to make it? Have you gotten any of the prefab stuff yet? Yep, a lot. A lot of the prefab stuff. Here. The structures. Large rooms. Holy shit. Yeah, prefab stuff. Yes. Prefab, corridors, round edges, glass versions, viewing spheres, biodomes, square rooms, cylindrical rooms. So those were the rooms. Got frames and foundations, pavings, small rooms. I got a lot of, I dug up a lot of tech yesterday running around, mostly on this planet. But, yeah, we got a ton of blueprints. All rooms, doors, ladders, windows. So I think we're okay to start buying some decoration blueprints and random stuff. The trick is, when do we want to build? We could knock this down and build right here. We could have some really cool stuff. This planet is not bad. The storms are infrequent. It has valuable chlorine. So look at this. We could, I don't know if I can really shoot it this far. But you see those big things with mushrooms growing on them? Those are chlorine. Huge chlorine deposits. As well as uranium. Get it from there. I've been surprised by how far the beam goes. Hold on. Yeah, look at that. Look at how far. I'm not aiming very well. It's a little twitchy. That's chlorine. Maybe this is just a little too far. The thing next to it I can hit. But it's not a bad planet. Salt, chlorine, and uranium. Some valuable resources. Floating rocks. We could build a kick-ass base up on some floating rocks. The weather's not perfect. It does have a... It's kind of a low rad planet with occasional rad storms, but... I digress. Where are we off to? Tech module we'll use for crafting something. I want to break down that tetracobalt. Got a stack of that. Paraffinium, we're gonna use, I don't know where we're gonna stash the rest of it. Didn't really mean to carry it around, but I got enough that we're gonna end up carrying some around. Build another storage container. Florentine, hey! Yeah, I don't have any more numbered storage container blueprints, I don't think. Not yet. So where are we gonna put that bay? I guess it shouldn't be on the mesa. How about down here somewhere? Metal plating, 5.
Protection falling.
Alright, dust. I should stand up on the mesa to collect it. Probably hit plenty of things. Up there.
Technology recharge.
Wow! Florentine, you just finished watching the whole Phantom Pain the Blind playthrough? Became a fan. Thanks for the content. You are very welcome. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. And we played it a couple times since then, too. Recently, just played it again, too. I had a lot of fun with that one. Well, thanks for saying so. Glad you enjoyed it. Should we need 5 of them? We'll grab some extra dust while we're out. Just keep the stack going. Hey, Rain. Privyet. Good to see you. So, is this week gonna go all right? What is this week gonna bring? Oh, it came with the car. Hot damn. Let's see how this thing drives. All right, just left stick forward, camera. How do we steer? Camera steering. Oh, this thing's weird. All right, it has a little jump. Rain, you'd love to watch this for the rest of your life? I think you could play a game like this for the rest of your life. Oh, it just mows shit down. Alright, what else does it do? It does have reverse. Reverse left trigger. Although you can also reverse with the left analog stick. Scan tech installed. That means, oh, it's got its own inventory. Fusion engine needs a charge. You can get tech for it. Left stick to accelerate, yeah. And the left trigger reverses, but the right trigger does not go forward. It has a horn! Why does it have a horn? Oh, that steering is weird. Steering with the camera feels... Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Still. Oh, that is pretty sweet for a planet you're gonna spend some time on. If you got a base and you want to make a long outing without your ship, you don't need to keep taking off. You just want to cover some grounds or run some shit over. It's worse than there's a larger one. Don't destroy everything. If I want some of that stuff, don't destroy everything. Or just destroy everything, fine. Steering, just a little bit of steering with the right stick. Just the tiniest bit seems to be the way to control it. Trying to make a hard turn is not a good idea. So if you're going forward, just gentle turning with the right stick. Just a little bit. Gentle. Guardian, hey, the larger one is like controlling a back-heavy tank. What do you mean? I read it. The controls are weird as hell. Where's on the larger one? What did I miss? Do they share an inventory? If you have a craft, an exocraft on another planet, does it have its own inventory, or is it a shared exocraft inventory? Okay. Oh, Chronic, were you responding to Guardian? Saying, never mind, the other one's worse? Or...
Radiation protection falling.
You wanted it to be a surprise, said it without thinking. Ah, all good. All good. Brace. I'm cool with knowing some of the shit that's coming. So I don't really have a good place to stash the extra paraffinium. Carrying it for now, but could look to make a base somewhere. 90 minutes until the base computer will talk to us again. Do we go in search of a new system? Clean up a little bit before we do. We don't need the extra sodium. I got a full stack and backpack with nitrate. Keep the jelly. Got a full stack of condensed carbon there and 500 stack in the backpack. Uranium, got a 500 stack in the backpack and 250 there. Yeah, alright, it's all good. I just want to clean up my inventory so I can see what's going on before we head out anywhere. Microprocessors we'll be using really soon. What does it say I had? Batteries. Did I stash some batteries in the ship? Value of an ion battery. What was it I was gonna craft that required? No, it was the batteries to fix another slot in the multi-tool. Because we have 1 of 6 batteries. Okay, don't mind me. Can you have storage in your shack? This is one of the vaults Chronic was talking about. Seastar, it has the number 0 on it. We should eventually be able to craft more of those, but I don't know why I can only craft 1. I've been buying all the blueprints I could, and it only has 5 slots. I might do better. I don't need the platinum stashed in there. Let me put the paraffinium away in there. The platinum can stack with what's on this ship, or we can just sell it. I don't want to carry too much platinum because pirates seem to like platinum well enough, but I was keeping it. It's just rare enough to find in space that when I was trying to fix that other craft and we needed a bunch of platinum, I got left with the feeling I wanted to save some. Have you met anyone besides Artemis yet? In NPC or players? Because of one of the places I portaled, I've seen a couple players fly around in the system that I was in. That was about it. Have I met any travelers besides Artemis? I've seen a couple of the traveler types at space stations. Maybe since meeting up with Artemis.
protection stabilizing.
That's sweet. Exocraft. And so we can use this. Scrolling up, Chronic, you may have already answered something. Does the Exocraft inventory share with an Exocraft made on another planet? If we put a bunch of stuff here and then on another planet we make a new Exocraft, will it be the same inventory magically transported? Or will it have a unique inventory? Wonder what the threshold is for pirates. If an individual stack of a resource is worth more than 50,000, 100,000, when do they decide they want to come after you? 250,000? Yeah, the ones you got just port to another planet? That's perfect. That's perfect. That means we really could use this as an extra inventory right away if we wanted to stash some things that we don't want to take with. Thinking. I can put this in the roamer. I don't want to ditch it. Tech module. I don't know when we're going to be crafting anything. Put it in the roamer. Microprocessors, one more. Yeah, same thing. This is good. Good. We'll just stash that away for now. This is not a valuable item. We'll be making more of them, in fact, when we need to. I just, again, freeing up inventory space so I can think and see. Anything in here I want to stash? The keys I kind of want to have with me if we need them. The relics, likewise. Oh, that's to charge my plasma gun, and I never use it. I want that slot back. I'm going to decide if I even want the tool mods that charge with unstable plasma. Extra tritium. Beyond a 500 stack. We don't need that. Rain, this past week has been intense. Learning a game with its own language, in a manner of speaking, is... yeah, it's a foreign language at first, but you spend enough time trying to understand it, and it starts to make sense, and then one day you're fluent. But listening to it from the outside, it must sound like a whole nother language. Hey, welcome back, DJ. Bet you're glad to be back on your home internet. Chronic, personally speaking, you think the capital ship should be able to spawn the Exocraft without having to build a platform for it like you do with your ships. That makes sense. So it can't, huh? Bad. Where are we going?
Technology recharge.
We have, I think, enough juice in the hyperdrive for one warp. We'll find out when we get to space. Maybe I should make a warp cell anyways. We have what we need. We've got antimatter and the housing.
Product constructed. Product constructed.
Why don't we make enough for a couple jumps? What am I missing? What was it? The antimatter housing? Just the basics. I'm always short on the basics because I'm always worrying about stacking the higher stuff. Ferrite dust. We just need some more dust. The dust, man. I'm not even getting off this rock. Just give me the dust. Guardian, wish I could teleport you those daggers. You need one to finish a quest. There are quests that want specific rep items. Didn't know that.
Radiation protection falling. Product constructed.
Alright, 2 warp cells. Chronic has a suggestion, Guardian. Try bartering with either the Vy'keen or the Gek. They will give you one from time to time, either that or some pilots have them if you stick around a station long enough. Guardian, just the one. Once you meet a certain person through comms, you must build, base build a bit to get it. Ah. They're gonna want a dagger. Maybe I'll try to save them a dagger. Not Vy'keen. Chronic says, sorry, not Vy'keen. Corvus.
Technology recharge.
Okay, this is the system we started in. And if we... And we could have teleported to one of the systems we'd been to before warping. We may or may not be able to find a warp target we find satisfying from this system. Can't warp that far, but we could teleport to another system and then warp somewhere. In fact, I portaled to a system 700,000 light years away. We could always go there and jump from there, but we were gonna follow this Atlas path. That's a sustainable economy, Gek dominated. I think is that the Atlas path? But we're also a lot closer. If we were to, I don't know if it's the same place that says Atlas Station here, but if we transport back to where we were in another system where we have part of the Artemis quest going, why don't we travel from there, is what I'm saying. Why don't we travel from there? How close are we to the space station here, now that I've already taken off? If we land on the space station and teleport from there, we don't have to use any more launch fuel. Extra starships. So you make good storage devices, but that's once you have a freighter, right? You can lay them all out. Otherwise, you have to call them 1, 2 at a time, and they have to have enough. They have to have some fuel in them to be able to call them. Might be wrong there. I'm sure it's easy to use them as storage devices once you have them on a freighter. Chronic, 2 A-class haulers for exactly that purpose. Either way, still good storage devices. But you have saved a freighter. What rep items am I carrying in the ship? Vy'keen, Gek. Target life form. And it's, I think, 1 jump away from... Oh, let's just see what it's 1 jump away from. And this game sucks me in for hours at a time. So we are at the point where I should take a break. Our first break. And if we go into space and jump to a new system right now, and then there's a freighter, we're going to want to rescue it and then check it out, or if there isn't, we're going to want to look at the planets, so we're going to break first. Okay, we're going to break first. Here's what we're coming back to. We have, we're waiting on the base computer. Artemis, we could go visit the life form. Locate yourself on the star chart. Calibrated the translator by learning words in the local language. The anomaly, Nada and Polo are waiting for us. Maybe not in this system. Not in this system, but we could go back to Nada and Polo and check in. There's the Atlas path, and I think the system we're in right now is pretty close to a... Or maybe there's one in this system right now. I don't know. I don't really understand. They don't enter Atlas systems, that's why. We're in an Atlas system, and they don't enter Atlas systems, and We're supposed to find the next Atlas interface. I've already been to the one in this system, and we're only a jump or two away from that if that's the way we go. It's confusing, I know. I'm confused, but I'm getting there. So Nada and Polo won't show up here. Why don't we think about going after Artemis a little bit? I want to jump to a new system and go scan a bunch of stuff and maybe get rich and find a new ship and maybe even find a planet to start a new base on. Think about it. Think about what would be a good plan when I get back. Stay tuned. I'll see you in a few.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey! Hey! C-Star! Wow! You looked so much fun. You needed to test it as well.
Over a secure channel.
The other day, DBA Bob did a thing, and C-Star, looks like C-Star did a thing too. There's a whole lot of gift subs.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Cheers to all of you. Thank you, C-Star. Yeah, look at the craziness, and it's random. So the names popping up, people may or may not be here, but Guardian, I know you are. So cheers, and Saber, I know you're here or were, and Keanu. So you guys just got gift subs from C-Star. And thank you. And since I know not everyone who gets a gift sub is, you know, gonna renew those subs.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
I'm not just gonna put everyone's name on the sub list unless you want me to. Okay, if you want me to, like Keanu and Saber and Guardian, I'd love to put you on the list if you give me the okay. But the other names popping up, you know, I don't know if people are following or here or what. So just let me know, and I'll drop you on there. Hi, Simpika.
Just came in over a secure channel.
Yep.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
That's pretty wild. Hey, Caesar.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Kind of jotting it down here. And we're still going to take a break right now. But this is good for me to see how well it works. Again,
message coming in. Patching it through.
Hey, that's a kind of neat system. You know what? It seemed so weird at first. Wild and fun and weird, but seeing it used a couple times. A couple people in one channel or community really do have the power to throw out enough subs. Yeah, that's a wave. That makes for a wave. That's pretty wild. Well, I'm impressed. Thank you so much. Caesar, just lurking his love, and you never know what's gonna happen. You might even have a sub dropped on your head one day. But thanks for popping up and saying hi. Enjoy. I am gonna take that break. If we lose anyone during the break, have a good one. Otherwise, stay tuned. I haven't updated the list that's on the break. In fact, there's some names from what Bob did the other day that same thing. I haven't put them on the list because I want to make sure people are around, just at least are around, and then want to be on there. But I got all your names down. We just popped up now. Guardian and Keanu and Caesar and Saber, and I'll be back, and I'll update that at some point. I'll see you in a few.